How's it going? Great to see you. I've got three things to show you tonight from a company called Nearstream. They've sent them to me to show to you guys, and here they are. The first one I've got here is this wireless microphone. As you can see, it's got the microphone here and a receiver. You just put the microphone, either clip it to your collar or something like that, or you can plug a lav mic into it and put it on your belt, and the receiver goes straight onto your camera or whatever you're recording on. Great set. We're going to have a look at this and unbox it in a minute. The next thing I've got here is another microphone. Now this is the Nearstream podcast mic. As you can see, it's an array type microphone, so it's got a whole heap of microphones just in a strip there, and some other controls that I'll show you and talk about in a moment on that one as well. We're going to unbox all of these things and have a really good look at them. The final thing here is the Nearstream audio mixer. So this is just a couple of channels audio mixer. Does a whole pile of rather neat looking stuff. I've had a little bit of a play with this one, so we'll also pull this out of the box and have a good look at it. Okay, let's just get cracking and open these things up. Rightio, let's start with the wireless microphone set. It's the small, nice little lapel mic and receiver. We'll just open up the box. I've already had a bit of a poke around in them. Right, pull this out, and it's got this neat little case here. I really like these cases. You just pull the cord around and it unzips. There's quite a few things come in them now. It's a fairly standard type of case, bit of neoprene foam in it so that it keeps everything nice and safe. This is the transmitter, the microphone. On here you can see it's got buttons on the side for gain and power and that sort of thing. It's got a little USB-C socket on the bottom here which you can use to charge it up, and on the top it's got the microphone itself. That's this little grill off to the side here, and here we've got a microphone jack. Now this is where you can plug in a lapel mic. Use the clip on the back here. That's just to clip it onto your clothing or onto a belt if you're going to use a lapel mic and bring something up through your shirt. The transmitter itself, sorry, the receiver here has got a little LED screen on the front of it. You can just push the button on the side here to turn the power on. It's got little gain control on the side there, and once again a clip, so you can clip it onto, say, a camera strap or something. The clip's also designed, like a lot of these things are, to fit into a cold shoe adapter. So if you've got a rig on your camera or something that has the cold shoe adapter, you can just slot that straight in there and that'll hold on there. As you can see, it's got two sockets on the back here. One of them's the auxiliary out. This is where you would run a cable from this receiver here to your camera to record audio with the video. The other one's a headphone jack, so that if you want to, you can monitor the audio coming directly off here. The other side has the USB-C socket. This is where you're going to charge it up. Now on the back here you've got a pocket with a number of cables in here. Here's a standard TRS to TRS cable that you can use to send the audio signal from the receiver to a camera, for example. You've also got one that's TRS to TRRS, that's tip ring sleeve, that you would use to record to a phone. The other cables in here are USB to USB-C for charging it, and another USB-C to USB-C for something else. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe that's for going to a USB-C device for recording. There's also a little wind muff in the top here. Whoops, I just dropped that. A little wind muff in the top here that fits on top of the microphone, so if you're wearing that and it's a bit windy, you can use this to reduce the amount of wind noise. Pretty standard kind of stuff. I'm going to go out in another video and play with this one and see what it's like, so don't forget to subscribe so you can see that video when I get it posted in the very near future. The next thing we're going to open is the podcast microphone. I'll just slide that out of its sleeve. In here we have got a couple of cards that we're used to. That's the quick start manual and user manual and things like that. We've got a wind muff that comes with this. We'll have a look and see what that does in a second. The microphone itself, and there's something else under there as well, so you'll just take everything out and then we'll have a look at the different bits. What have we got down here? Oh, okay, this is nice. It's a metal base stand for the microphone. That's cool. That means you can put it onto the desk or something. It's not going to slip around. It's got a rubberized base on it. The microphone itself is very, very cool. as I was saying before, it's got this array of microphones, so there's 8 microphones along the top here in this array. The buttons and switches on here, we've got a mode button, which is going to move the microphone between cardioid, hypercardioid, and or dual directional mic. There's a mute button here, I think it is, where you can turn the mic on and off, mute it when you're not using it. And on the end here we have got a headphone jack, so you can monitor it, the USB-C socket for charging the thing up or powering it or running it on USB power, and finally a mic out port so that you can take that from here to a camera or to a recorder or to the next thing I'm going to show you, which is the mixer. It's also got the quarter 20 thread on the bottom here as well, so you can just put that onto here and spin it on real quick, and there you go, you've got your mic off the desk, so it's not going to pick up noise from sitting somewhere. Yeah, no, that's really nice. I like that. And finally there's the wind muff. Now if you're going to be using this outside or on a balcony or somewhere where there's going to be wind noise, you can just slide that there over the microphones, and that's going to block out any wind noise and will reduce it, at least make it less significant. So that's just a nice little addition, and it's cool that they added it into the packet. Once again, I'm going to make another video specifically on this one device, try it out, see how it works, and compare it to a few other things. Okay, let's have a look at the last thing, and here it is, the mixer, the last thing. Different type of box again, so I'll just get that one opened up and see what we've got in here. Okay, there's a whole pile of cables, and underneath here the mixer. Let's start by looking at the different cables we've got. This one here is a TRS to TRS, just standard audio cable. That will be for going out from here into a recorder, because this is a mixer, it's not a recorder. So you take your inputs into this and have this go out to a recorder or out to a camera where you're going to record it, or out to a streaming device if that's what you're doing. The next one here is a TRRS to TRRS. Now this will be used for a cell phone, so I think you can play ambient audio back from a cell phone or something like that. A USB-C to lightning cable, so obviously if you want to hook it up to an iPhone, an older iPhone, you can do that. And a USB-A to USB-C, and it's 2 more down here, a USB-C to USB-C, and a USB-A to USB-C. There we go, so all those cables there. And finally I just noticed something else sitting in here. Right, that's a 6.5mm to audio jack, 2mm audio jack, so I'm guessing if you've got something like a guitar, that'll be, or something like that, that you want to plug a large socket guitar cable into there and convert it to the small socket which will go into the device. Okay, let's pull the device out and see what we've got here. This is the mixer itself, and it's got a number of buttons and ports and things on it. Let's start by looking at the back here. We've got 2 inputs. Yep, there's a microphone socket. Now this is a universal microphone socket, so you can plug in an XLR cable or a normal jack cable into there, which is really cool. So I also noticed it's got this little button on the side here where you can add 48 volts to the carrier power on here. Now that's used for powered microphones to basically reduce any background noise or anything like that. It's going to let you use any professional microphone. You've got another socket here with a guitar printed underneath it, as you can see. That one there is going to be for plugging a guitar or bass or another musical instrument into, so you can bring that into the mixer as well. Round on the other side here we've got 2 USB-C ports. One here is dedicated for 5V 1A input, so this is what you're going to be powering and running the thing off. You've got a power button here as well, and you've got an OTG. Now OTG is on the go protocol to USB-C, which you can use for plugging phones into here and other devices from that, and that's what the extra USB-C to USB-C and USB-C to lightning will be for. So you'll be able to use your phone as a recorder or as a streaming device or something like that. I'll find out a bit more about that and we'll try it out, and we're going to go through all of these functions once again in detail in another video. This is just having a quick look at it. The next socket we've got here is a headphone socket, so you can use that to monitor the mix of this whole thing. So it's monitoring on headphones and monitoring on desktop speakers or studio speakers. The third socket we've got here is one that you can plug an audio player into, so if you've got some sort of background music or audio, you can run that into here. And finally we've got this one here that you can use to plug in a phone, so that if you're, say you've got somebody on a phone call on a live stream, instead of just having a microphone on your phone speaker, you can plug the phone into here and take the audio from a phone call or something directly into there. Great for live streaming and collaboration kind of stuff. On the top of this, we've got a number of buttons. Now, the first lot we've got here is for the instrument in. So you can plug in your guitar or whatever, and you can change the tone of it. So this is basically a single channel EQ, so you can accentuate the bass or turn it the other way and make it more trebly. Really simple. The next one is gain, so you can increase or decrease the gain on it. This is how much power goes into make it louder or quieter or whatever. The third one down here is for an effect mix, which brings me across to the other side. You can push this button here and this will do things like put a reverb or other type of typical guitar effects. So you can click on that and I believe it cycles you through a number of different effects that you can apply to the instrument that you've got plugged in. So if you plug a guitar into here, you can make it more trebly or more bassy. You can change the input volume of it, and then you can set an effect and then decide how much of that effect gets mixed into the instrument feed. Pretty simple, really. The next one here is the microphone gain, so you can make the microphone that you've got plugged in more prominent or less prominent, so that's just basically input volume once again. And the third one here is for reverb, which I always thought kind of a strange thing to do, because one thing you really want to do in an audio space is get rid of as much reverb as you possibly can. So if something sounds too crisp or too sharp or too clean, you can just add in just a small touch, a small fraction of reverb to soften something up if it's too sharp and sounds too wrong, too artificial. There's two other things we've got down the bottom here. One is a voice remover. Now, I'm not entirely sure what this is. It could be for removing existing vocals from an audio track that you're playing in if you want to do a karaoke kind of thing, or it could be muting the microphone input. I'm not sure on that one. I don't know. We'll be trying that out in another video and going into far more details. The last button here is a ducker. Ducking is where if you've got some background music playing and you're doing a video or whatever and you start talking, then what that will do is it will automatically reduce the volume of the background music so that it's not overpowering your voice. And then when you stop talking, it brings it back up again. So we'll be trying that one out and seeing how well that works. Finally, we've got this great big dial here, which is the headphone volume, so that you can select how loud it is on the headphones. Okay, that's everything basically for this mixer. Great little mixer. It's going to be really good for anybody who's doing live streaming or gaming or a single camera sort of video shoot. Really portable, really versatile kind of thing, and it's great that it just runs off USB power, because then you can just plug it into a USB plug in the wall, not have to worry about a particular sort of power supply, or probably run it off a power bank really easily because it's only 1 amp anyway. So there you have it. We've got the wireless microphone, the podcast microphone, and the audio mixer from Nearstream. They look pretty damn cool. I'm going to be going and making more detailed videos on each of these, and if you've got any questions about any of them, please do put them in the comment section down below, and I will be covering off anything you want to know in these videos that I've got coming up. There'll be links to those videos in the description, where there's also links to where you can go and buy these things. There'll be affiliate links so that I get a bit of a kickback. That's how these channels sort of keep going. And I'd love to also hear, if you do buy these, I'd also love to hear how you find them, your experiences with them, and all that sort of thing as well. Anyway, thanks for sticking around and watching. Don't forget to watch this video and this video next, and also click down here to subscribe, because that's what we do here. And I'll see you in another video really soon. Have a great day. See you later.